Trump got an escort in Saudi Arabia. 47 kicking off his first major international trip of the second term. The Saudis rolled out the lavender carpet. Trump, right on cue, rocking a lavender tie to match. The Saudi crown prince breaking protocol and greeting Trump personally on the tarmac. Usually they send an underling. Trump got a handshake. Remember, Biden gave the prince a fist bump after calling him a pariah, then begged the kingdom to pump more oil. And the prince was like, sorry, Joe, not happening. A traditional welcome coffee ceremony followed, but POTUS isn't a coffee drinker. They should have just given him a Diet Coke.
We have the biggest business leaders in the world here, and they're going to walk away with a lot of checks for a lot of things that you're going to provide. And in the United States, it's probably 2 million jobs that we're talking about.
Executives from Coca-Cola, Citigroup, IBM, Delta, United, BlackRock, Google, and Amazon all in the desert with Trump. Also, Musk was there. Big balls stayed in D.C. to watch the fraud. But 47's the main attraction. He managed to shake every hand in the kingdom. After a record rope line, the prince drove the president around in a golf cart before dinner, then played Trump's favorite song. Golf, McDonald's, jets, swords, and the YMCA. The Saudis are laying it on thick. But Trump came on a mission: spread money and peace.
The new generation of leaders is transcending the ancient conflicts of tired divisions of the past and forging a future where the Middle East is defined by commerce, not chaos, where it exports technology, not terrorism. If I didn't like him, I'd get out of here so fast. You know that, don't you? He knows me well. I do. I like him a lot. I like him too much. That's why we give so much, you know? Too much. I like you too much. Great guy.
The point of the trip is to tell the region, let's make money, not war. Nobody wants their legacy written in blood. Put down the sword and take out the checkbook.
Just days ago, my administration successfully brokered a historic ceasefire to stop the escalating violence between India and Pakistan. And I used trade to a large extent to do it. I said, fellas, come on, let's make a deal. Let's do some trading. Let's not trade nuclear missiles. Let's trade the things that you make so beautifully.
But if there's no respect, there's no mercy.
I will never hesitate to wield American power if it's necessary to defend the United States or to help defend our allies. And there will be no mercy for any foe who tries to do us or them harm.
That was a message to the Iranians and all their proxies in the region, and for that matter, anyone around the world who gets frisky. It's just day one of the Middle East tour, and Trump's bringing home the bacon, the biggest arms deal in history. Plus, the prince signed over $600 billion in investments, but Trump wants $1 trillion.
The investment in America was up an astounding 22%. More than $10 trillion of new investments have been announced or are coming just since the election on November 5th.
Looks like the experts were wrong again. They said Trump couldn't bring back manufacturing. Now countries are paying us to make their chips. They said tariffs would trigger inflation. Well, it just hit the lowest rate in 4 years. JP Morgan says there isn't going to be a recession. And the stock market is up on the year. Oh, and eggs are cheaper. Why do they keep calling the experts if they're wrong every time? Trump's telling Muslims to stop killing each other and instead make a killing here in America. And it's working. Do you think the Democrats will give him any credit? Nah. Trump's caught in the middle of an Arab love triangle. 2 Middle Eastern leaders want the president all to themselves. 47 left Saudi Arabia this morning. The prince was so sad to see him go, he rode along in the beast and waved goodbye at the gate. But it's not goodbye, it's see you later. The president has more deals to make. Next stop, Qatar. Saudi Arabia had gone all out. Qatar said, we can top that. The Saudis had 5 jets escort Trump. Qatar sent 8. Trump watched the F-15s through the window, and they were watching back. We caught one pilot snapping a picture of POTUS, but the press corps full of panicins.
You're going to be surrounded by 8 fighters, in about 7 minutes. And then you say, do we need them? And when they say yes, that doesn't make me feel good, right?
What's the threat? Did they tell you what the threat is?
No, let's assume there's no threat. We have to assume that.
Instead of lavender, the Qataris went with a Republican red carpet with gold trim, Trump's favorite. The Sheikh met the Trump on the tarmac, and they rolled into town with a Cybertruck cavalry. Electric cars in an oil kingdom. Go figure. In the harbor, boats were using American flags for sails. The Saudis had white Arabian horses. Qatar had horses, camels, and sword dancers. The Saudis sent us a rare Arabian leopard. She's sleeping at the Smithsonian Zoo in D.C. But Trump's really more of a camel guy. The only thing he likes more than camels is marble.
You look at this, it's so beautiful. As a construction person, I'm seeing perfect marble. This is what they call perfecto. And just a great job you've done, and what a beautiful place. And we appreciate those camels. I haven't seen camels like that in a long time.
The Qatari leader was thrilled to have an American president in town.
We're extremely honored to have you here. We're very excited, very happy. It's a historic visit. And I don't know if you know that you are the first American president to officially to visit Qatar.
Right?
So we're very honored. We're very honored.
Nice house. Nice house.
That might be the only house Trump likes more than Mar-a-Lago. Must be the marble. Then the Qatari threatened Trump to dinner and a show.
I have a very good friend on my left. He said, do you mind if I invite just a few guests? And do you mind shaking hands with them just before dinner? I said, sure. I didn't know you were going to have 400 people. No, it's an honor. So I know so many of you, so many great people.
Then the Qataris started speaking Trump's language.
Together, the U.S. and Qatar are feeding and fueling the world. This energy partnership alone is also valued over $1.5 trillion. So we have been drilling for the last 4 years. I'm glad to have you back on board.
Qatar's pumping oil and sending us the money. $1.2 trillion? Not a bad thing for a day in Doha. Qatar put in the biggest order for Boeings ever. 210. That's $100 billion. But this trip isn't all about money. Trump did something no president has done in 25 years. He met with Syria's president.
How did you find the Syrian president?
Great. Great. I think very good. Young, attractive guy, tough guy. You know, strong pass. Very strong pass fighter.
Trump shocked the world by lifting sanctions on Syria. He says he's giving them a chance at greatness. We're trying to peel Syria away from Russia and have them play nice with Israel, and peel Syria away from Iran. The less friends Iran has in the neighborhood, the better chance they sign the nuke deal.
I hope you can help me with the Iran situation, because it's a perilous situation, and we want to do the right thing. We want to do something that's going to save maybe millions of lives. If we can, we're going to try and get it done. They have to move quickly. And I just hope Iran realizes what a good friend they have right here.
If we can sign a nuke deal with Iran, we can lower sanctions and bring their oil back online. And when we get the Saudis to pump more oil, it'll drive the price down, starve Russia's war machine, and force Putin to the negotiating table and end the war in Ukraine. We're also selling these Arabs chips, weapons, and if Netanyahu settles the war in Gaza, the Gulf states will re-up the Abraham Accords, and we can all do business with Israel. Everyone will be doing business together, Jews, Muslims, and the United States. Moscow will be pushed out of the region, China will be pushed out, and you'll have a nice U.S.-sponsored trade alliance with an American security blanket. His main pitch this week is make money, not war. Trade goods, not missiles. It's a Hail Mary, and it might work. Newt Gingrich is the former Speaker of the House. What do we think about this diplomacy that Trump's undertaking in the region?
Well, let me say, first of all, I want to congratulate you. That was a brilliant capture of what's going on. And you did an amazingly good job, and none of the elite media gets it yet.
Thank you.
This is a historic, extraordinary moment. President Trump's speech yesterday in Riyadh was one of the most defining speeches of trying to move the world forward in a practical, realistic way. People should realize these last couple days are among the most remarkable we've seen with an American president, and it is a tribute to Trump's long-term relationship with the Crown Prince in Saudi Arabia, to his commitment to the Abraham Accords, and to the fact that he has the guts to take the risks that most presidents would never have taken.
And the press is just talking about a plane. They're missing what's going on over there. I mean, like this plane, it's like all they talk about is a plane. What's going on there?
Look, I used to say that when Teddy Kennedy got awake, he would say, the answer is I'm voting yes. What's the question? The New York Times, the Washington Post, the major networks get up every day and say, what is the meanest, dumbest, narrowest thing we can focus on about Donald Trump? They're missing, and this, of course, is typical. They got Pulitzer Prizes for lying totally about Trump, so why not continue down that path? They've missed totally both the economic side of this, which is hundreds of thousands of American jobs, the national security side of this, which is a tightening alliance with both Qatar and Saudi Arabia that isolates Iran, the remarkable shift of Syria, which at one time was allied with Russia and Iran, has now basically flipped over to our side. And if you'll notice, both in the case of Syria and in the case of Saudi Arabia, Trump is saying bluntly, you need to recognize Israel. We need to have commerce making money, not making war. And I can't overstate, his speech yesterday was truly historic and began to set a framework for practical, realistic relationships that move the entire region into a whole new world.
All right, everybody, at the end of this show, go watch the speech again on YouTube, and then go look at the sword ceremony for fun, too. You'll enjoy both. Speaker Gingrich, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Perilous. They embarked on a perilous journey across the desert. Re-up. After much thought, she decided to re-up for another year in the Army. Foe. He proved to be a worthy foe on the battlefield. Frisky. The puppy was especially frisky after its afternoon nap. Laying it on thick. He was really laying it on thick when he praised the boss's idea. Transcending. True love is about transcending personal differences. Make a killing. She made a killing selling handmade jewelry online.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.